Welcome to The Explainer. If you've got a parrot in your life, you already know what an incredible bond that is. But today, we're going to get into something really vital. The secrets your bird just can't tell you, and the subtle signs of illness they are literally hardwired to hide.
All right, let's just dive right into this, because parrots are absolute masters of disguise when it comes to being sick. See, in the wild, their survival depends on looking strong and healthy all the time. What that means for you is, by the time you see something is obviously wrong, the situation might already be pretty critical.
This right here, this insight from an owner, it gets to the very heart of the problem. In a flock, a sick bird is a liability. It's like a walking target for predators. So their deepest, most powerful instinct is to hide any weakness. They basically believe if they show they're sick, the flock will shun them or just leave them behind. So here's the most important takeaway. You just can't wait around for the obvious signs. You have to become a keen observer, kind of like a detective who knows your bird's normal, everyday behavior so well that you can spot those teeny, tiny clues that they just can't hide, no matter how hard they try.
Okay, so how do we become that health detective? Well, it all starts with learning the language of your bird's body. Let's go ahead and build that toolkit right now.
So think of this chart as your daily health check-in. Over on the left, you've got all the signs of a happy, thriving parrot. They're busy, curious, eating well, the whole shebang. But it's the right side, the warning signs, that we really need to focus on. Are they sitting with fluffed up feathers for long stretches? That's a classic sign they're trying to save body heat because they don't feel well. And you've got to pay close attention to their breathing. Is their tail bobbing up and down with every single breath? That means it's taking effort to breathe, and that points to a potential respiratory issue. Oh, and droppings are a massive indicator. Any sudden, lasting change in their color or consistency is a major, major red flag.
Spotting those general signs? That's step one. But to really get why this vigilance can be a matter of life or death, let's take a look at 3 of these invisible threats that every single parrot owner really should know about.
First up, we've got psittacosis, also known as parrot fever. Now listen, this one is incredibly important because it's zoonotic. That's a fancy word that means it can jump from your bird to you. In birds, it might just look like they're tired, have fluffed feathers, or maybe some discharge from their eyes or nose. But in humans, it can cause a really serious pneumonia-like illness.
And if you're wondering just how serious this is, get this. The World Health Organization recently reported that an outbreak in Europe actually led to 5 human deaths. This isn't just about your bird's health, it's about the health of everyone in your house.
Next is PBFD, and this one is a truly heartbreaking virus. It attacks the very things that make a parrot, well, a parrot. It causes their feathers to grow in all deformed or just fall out completely, and it can lead to these painful beak deformities. And what's really crucial here is that it also crushes their immune system, leaving the bird vulnerable to all kinds of other infections.
And finally, we have one of the most frightening ones, Pacheco's disease. This is a super fast-acting herpes virus, and its most common symptom is, tragically, sudden death. A bird can seem perfectly fine, eating, playing, and then be gone just hours later. It's a really chilling reminder that looking healthy isn't always the full story.
Okay, so let's say you've spotted a warning sign. Maybe you see that tail bobbing, or your bird has suddenly lost its appetite. What you do in the next few hours is absolutely critical. Panicking won't help, but you know what will? Having a plan. So here it is, your 4-step emergency plan. First things first, if you have other birds, you need to isolate the one you're worried about immediately. A lot of these diseases are incredibly contagious. Second, set up a little hospital environment. Make it warm, quiet, and calm. This reduces their stress and helps them conserve precious energy. Third, keep up your detective work. Write down every single symptom you're seeing. This information is going to be gold for the vet. And finally, and this is the most important one, call an avian veterinarian. And I mean it, not just any vet, but one who specializes in birds. It's non-negotiable.
Having an emergency plan is vital, for sure. But you know what the best strategy is? Never having to use it. And that all comes down to building a strong defense through prevention.
These habits right here are your shield. Simple things, right? Like washing your hands and avoiding beak-to-mouth contact. That protects both of you. A clean, spacious cage prevents bacteria from building up and lowers their stress. A great, balanced diet strengthens their immune system from the inside out. And look, when you bring a new bird into your home, making sure it comes from a really reputable source is your first, and honestly, your best line of defense against bringing disease into your house. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Loving our parrots is so much more than just cuddles and teaching them to talk.
It's about paying close enough attention to hear what they can't say out loud. This kind of vigilant, informed care, that's the ultimate expression of our bond. And it's the best shot we have at making sure they live the long, healthy, and really happy lives they deserve.